Good morning, students. Today we will start a new chapter of Geography of class 10th, chapter 4, that is agriculture. We know that agriculture is the science or practice of farming, including cultivation of the soil, and also it includes rearing of animals to provide food and other products. And we also know that agriculture is an age-old economic activity in our country. So today, first we will try to understand what is the importance of agriculture, why it is of great significance in our country. As we know that India is the second largest populous country of the world, but in contrast to its population, it is having just 2.4% of the total land mass of the world. So एक तरफ हम देख रहे हैं कि इंडिया की जो पॉपुलेशन है वो वर्ल्ड में टॉप 2 में आती है, बट जब हम इसके लैंड मास को देखते हैं इट इज़ जस्ट हैविंग 2.4% ऑफ द टोटल लैंड मास. सो ड्यू टू दिस एवर इंक्रीजिंग पॉपुलेशन ऑफ आवर कंट्री, द डिपेंडेंसी ऑन agriculture or the farmlands is increasing rapidly. So agriculture plays an important role. It is one of the most important economic activity in our country. So we have to understand its importance and types of farming which are practiced in our country. Now, it is very important to mention here that agriculture produces food as well as raw materials for industries. ना सिर्फ ये फूड प्रोवाइड करता है हमें, एज वेल एज दे आर वेरियस इंडस्ट्रीज विच आर एग्रो बेस्ड इंडस्ट्रीज, उन्हें रॉ मटेरियल्स भी एग्रीकल्चर के थ्रू ही मिलता है. इंडियाज 2/3 ऑफ पॉपुलेशन डिपेंड्स ऑन इट. टी, कॉफ़ी, स्पाइसेस, दे आर वेरियस एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्ट्स विच आर एक्सपोर्टेड ऑल्सो. सो वी कैन सी दैट इट हैज़ अ इकोनॉमिक सिग्निफिकेंस ऑल्सो. नाउ we will discuss what are the important factors which are responsible for the various types of farming in India. So first, it is important to know that relief features, climate, technological know-how and socio-cultural practices are the factors which are responsible for different types of methods of cultivation in our country. And the very first method of cultivation that we are going to discuss here is primitive subsistence farming. This farming is still practiced in few pockets of India. There are uses of primitive tools and most of the labor comes from the family, and they majorly depend on monsoon and natural fertility. It is also known as slash and burn agriculture, and we know that farmers use primitive tools and seeds, that's why it has a low productivity. There are different names of this primitive subsistence farming like Bewar and Dahiya in Madhya Pradesh, Pedu and Penda in Andhra Pradesh, Kurua in Jharkhand and Jhuming in northeast. So in primitive subsistence farming, the farming is done for the household consumption also. So most of the, or we can say the entire produce is consumed by the family. Due to technological advancement, there are major changes in agricultural pattern as well as farming methods. So the very second one is intensive subsistence farming, and what are its chief characteristics we are going to discuss here. First one is, these are practiced in areas of high population on land. For example, Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh is the largest state in terms of population in India, and there is intensive subsistence farming practiced because ये जो farming method है इसका इस्तेमाल high population वाले area में होता है. It is labor intensive, there is a lot of requirement of the labor, and high doses of manures or fertilizers are required. There should be presence of irrigation facilities also. That's why we have seen in last chapter that in India many dams or multi-purpose projects have been established by Government of India to provide proper irrigation facilities to these areas which are densely populated and they have good quality of soil to produce produce crops like wheat and rice. But their land holdings are small. Why their land holdings are small? We are going to discuss later. All the produce is consumed by farmers. So this type of farming is again mainly done for the household consumption. Now, it is very important to mention that due to right of inheritance, it leads to division of land among successive generations, which has rendered low or smaller size of land holdings. हमें पता है इंडिया में if a farmer is there and he has 4 sons, तो after his death or even later on due to inheritance वो लैंड जो है 4 पार्ट में डिवाइड होगी. इसकी वजह से इंडिया में जो लैंड होल्डिंग्स है डे बाई डे दे आर गेटिंग स्मॉलर एंड ड्यू टू दिस ऑल्सो सॉयल और लैंड विच इज़ वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट रिसोर्सेज ऑफ ऑल, इसका ढंग से इस्तेमाल इंडिया में नहीं हो पा रहा है, जिसकी वजह से डे बाई डे डिपेंडेंसी ऑन द फार्म लैंड्स टू प्रोड्यूस मोर एंड मोर क्रॉप्स इज इंक्रीजिंग. सो स्टूडेंट्स, हमने ये देखा कि कैसे फार्मिंग बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है हमारी कंट्री के लिए. वी हैव डिस्कस अबाउट इंटेंसिव subsistence farming, primitive subsistence farming, and now we'll move to commercial farming. As the name suggests, commercial farming, जिसमें word commercial का मतलब है कि फार्मिंग को किया जाता है, प्रैक्टिस किया जाता है for greater or more and more profit. So large use of fertilizers and insecticides are used, and they also use HYV seeds. HYV stands for high yielding variety of seeds. There is usage of machines also, and the very next topic which is very very important for you, that the degree of commercialization of agriculture varies from one region to another. This is very important to understand because many times this has been asked in exams also. इसका मतलब ये है कि डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ इंडिया में जो कमर्शियल फार्मिंग हो रही है उसमें जो प्रोड्यूस है उनका जो कमर्शलाइजेशन है और उनका जो स्टेटस है वो अलग अलग हो सकता है. फॉर एग्जांपल, कमर्शियल क्रॉप इन हरियाणा एंड पंजाब कौन सा है? राइस. मुझे वी ऑल नो दैट इंडिया इज़ द सेकेंड लार्जेस्ट लीडिंग प्रोड्यूसर इन टर्म्स ऑफ व्हीट एंड राइस इन वर्ल्ड. और आपने बता दूँ कि राइस इज़ अ कमर्शियल क्रॉप इन हरियाणा एंड पंजाब. दिस इज़ practice, the agriculture is done for the profit, mainly for the profit. But in states like Odisha, it is a subsistence crop, which means it is mainly grown for the consumption for the family. It shows that the degree of commercialization of agriculture varies from one region to another. हमें पता है ओडिशा एक ऐसा स्टेट है जहाँ पे पॉवर्टी बहुत एक्सट्रीम है, and we have seen that Punjab and Haryana are richer in comparison to any part of the India, which shows that why this commercial farming is mostly practiced there. Up to now we have discussed about different types of farming in India. Now plantation is also a type of commercial farming. Plantation के बारे में कई बार आपने सुना होगा, तो first we'll understand what is plantation. It is a type of commercial farming in which a single crop is grown on a larger area. Why? Again, when it is a commercial farming to obtain or get more and more profit, because the demand of such crops is very high in international market as well. There are some points. First one is it is directly related to industries. It means it has an interface of agriculture and industry. Second one is all produce is used in industry, and when in larger area it is practiced for a commercial point of view. So it is a capital intensive, a lot of capital, पूंजी, पैसा, बहुत पैसे की ज़रूरत पड़ती है. सो इसमें काफ़ी कैपिटल इन्वेस्ट करना पड़ता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, टी इन आसाम, कॉफ़ी इन कर्नाटका, rubber in Kerala, Kerala, which produces almost 90% of the entire rubber production of our country. Sugarcane, Uttar Pradesh, we know that, and banana in Tamil Nadu. These are plantation crops which we can see here, and they require well developed transport, because until unless there is no proper transportation facility available near the market area or where these crops are produced, it will be waste. So well developed transport is required in plantation. Next one is processing industries. We know that there are many industries, just like you must have heard about food processing industry, जहाँ पर रॉ मटेरियल्स को प्रोसेस करते हैं सो दैट दे कैन लास्ट लॉन्गर, और इन्हें हम टाइमली इंटरनेशनल मार्केट्स और इवन लोकल मार्केट्स में पहुंचा सके, बिकॉज दीज आर बायोडिग्रेडेबल, सो इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू कंजर्व दैम. अगर ये प्रोडक्ट्स रास्ते में ख़राब हो जाएंगे तो इनका जो इकोनॉमिक वैल्यू है वो बिल्कुल भी ज़ीरो हो जाएगी, या हमें बिल्कुल फ़ायदा नहीं होगा. दैट्स वाई दे आर वेरियस इंडस्ट्रीज विच आर वर्किंग एज प्रोसेसिंग इंडस्ट्रीज. आपने देखा होगा अमूल का दूध घर पे आता है. इट इज़ मेनली जो सारी प्रोसेस है वो गुजरात आनंद में होती है, बट वी कैन गेट इट इजली इन आवर मार्केट. हाउ इट इज़ पॉसिबल? बिकॉज ऑफ फूड प्रोसेसिंग इंडस्ट्री. आपने सुना होगा वो पैक आता है, दैट इज़ कॉल्ड टेट्रा पैक. वाई इट इज़ डन? टू जस्ट कंजर्व दोज रॉ मटेरियल्स और द फूड फॉर लॉन्गर यूजेस. इसलिए फूड प्रोसेसिंग इंडस्ट्री इंडिया में बहुत तेज़ी से एक्सपैंड कर रहा है, बिकॉज डे बाई डे देयर इज़ international players, there are MNCs which are coming to India for greater benefit, and you know that India has a huge potential in terms of commercial farming, और इंडिया के बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट्स ऐसे हैं जिनकी डिमांड वर्ल्ड मार्केट में बहुत ज़्यादा है. इन हिस्ट्री ऑल्सो वी हैव रेड दैट there are various travelers from different countries came to India for spices. So India is also known as a leading producer of spices from the historic times. So well developed transport as well as food processing industries and markets are playing the important role in establishing plantation as a type of commercial farming. Now we will discuss some important topics that we should know. That India is the world's largest consumer and importer of pulses. Here we can see that how the dependency on farmlands is increasing. Though India is the largest consumer, but also it is the largest consumer of importer of pulses also. India also produces largest in terms of quantity, it is the largest producer of pulses also. But as the demand in local market is increasing day by day, as our population is more than 1 billion, so it is also an importer of pulses. Once India was not a self-sufficient in terms of production, but now with different operations like Operation Flood, Green Revolution, India is now a self-sufficient nation in terms of food production. It is the second largest producer of wheat and rice after China. It is a leading producer in spices, dry fruits, vegetables, etc. So now India is self-sufficient in milk production also. We have in last class we have discussed about the cooperative sectors like Amul in India. So we can see that though India has a huge population, but with the modern facilities and new technology, we are able to produce as much crops which are required to feed our population. India is not only producing enough food to feed its population, but also it is now a major exporter of various agricultural products in international market. So we can see that how this agriculture is one of the most important economic activity for India, as most of the population is still engaged in agriculture product directly or indirectly. In class 9th we have discussed how service sector and different sectors have been also emerged. So they are also helping this Indian agriculture to expand. But due to ever increasing population, there is need to use our resources in such a way that dependency on land decreases, and there should be sustainability available, because we have to develop, but we have to develop in a sustainable development. So in all the chapters, wherever we will discuss about resources, the question about sustainability, sustainable development will be always one of the most important topics there. So in next video we will discuss about some more important topics about agriculture. Thank you.